time management. Now, again, we've already touched base on this a little bit, but I wanted to go a bit more in depth and basically get people to understand that time management is huge. And instead of looking at it from a day-to-day perspective, if you're really busy, you got to start doing it within a week. That's how I view my time now. There was a point in time that's how I view my schedule now. There was a point in time where I would do it from day to day, and I still do, but I've had to really outstretch it to a week because of how busy I ended up getting and how much more of my energy I would give to certain things, right? So there is always going to be time for you to make the decisions in order to get the physique you want, in order to start losing weight, and just in general, in order to start changing your life for the better when it comes to your health and fitness, right? But there are some people, some individuals that I work with that don't view it that way and have a very busy lifestyle. And they're high performance, they have a number of businesses to run, and again, you would think that that would be the case, but they just don't have the mindset yet in order to view their schedule in that manner, even though they have such a busy lifestyle in regards to not even just what they're into, but what surrounds that with their family, their friends, community. Some of them are part of churches, some of them are part of their religious endeavors, whatever the case is, right? So you have to look at it on a weekly spectrum, and it goes the same in that sense for your workouts and your nutrition. Plan it out throughout the week. Add that into your schedule. This has to be so important, like everything else in your life, so that you will work as hard as you can and put in as much maximum effort to get the results that you want, right? And then before you know it, when you start doing that, and as I've mentioned before, and that habit starts coming in with your time management, it's going to feel easy because of how autopilot it's going to be on. It's going to feel like you're on autopilot, I should say. It's going to feel second nature to you. It's going to feel like it's basically like you walk into your car and drive into work every day. It's just an automatic thing that happens all the time, right? So picking out a number of days, depending on what your schedule is for your health and fitness, whether you're working on 3 days or 4 days a week, again, minimum 3 days, putting those days in the week, okay? Adding in your cardio days if you're doing cardio, making sure you're jotting down what days you're eating what, if you're being as detailed as that when it comes to your eating. If you're eating, if you're somebody who can eat the same food the whole day, then that's obviously going to be easier because you're just eating the same stuff. That's pretty much more or less kind of like what I do. I eat 80% of the stuff the same day, except for dinner. When my wife cooks, then whatever she cooks for the day, then I end up having that. But other than that, my breakfast is the same thing, more or less. My lunch is always the same thing. And then I have my afternoon snack, which is always the same thing. Then I have dinner with like I said, whatever my wife makes. And then after that, when I have my last meal before bed, a few hours before bed, it's always the same. It's either fruit or it's a very small sandwich. That's what I do, right? I like repetitiveness. I like easy. And taste is important to me, but not as much as the results at the end of the day. So that's what works for me. So you have to find what works for you in regards to that sense with your eating, and then just make sure you continue that throughout the week. And when you get that on autopilot and you have your time management in place, your results are going to be that much easier. It's kind of like when you streamline a lead generation process for your business, or you have a certain process of calls that you've built for yourself, for your clients. If you're, let's say, a real estate agent, or if you're a seller of some sort, or if you're a lawyer that you have to get in contact with all the time. If you're somebody, who's basically outreaching all the time for a commission-based type of profession, and the way that you set up your calls and how you set up your spreadsheet on who's called or when you called them, what their response was, how many times you've called them, so on and so forth, it eventually flows. It eventually becomes easier, and your time management is it allows you to work things in an easier capacity, and also helps with stress as well. Now, in the beginning of you doing this, like anything else, there's going to be a bit of disruption kind of thing in your life. You're going to feel a little bit off. You might feel like something isn't going 100% correct, but that's because you're getting into the rhythm of building this routine for you. And it's the same thing with time management. So if you have to write everything down, or you can make a spreadsheet of it, or whatever way works for you in regards to building out your week, scheduling everything out, making sure you set time aside for your workouts, for your routine, for your eating. So add those in place as best as you can when it comes to your schedule, and you'll see down the line, if you haven't already been doing it, or if you need to tweak it a little bit more, that it's going to allow you to not only complete the things in your week easier, but also keep your health and fitness and your nutrition in order as well. All right, guys, as usual, build each other up, encourage one another. If you have anything specific that you think could help another individual in the community that you use within your time management schedule, or you use any sort of software, or there's anything that you do that you think could benefit, put it in chat, let people know. If somebody has a question, answer. If you feel like you have an answer to a question, then send it out there too, and I will see you guys in the next video.